our skills and expertise at the disposal of our movement. It is my sincere conviction that revolutionaries should at no stage be an overburden to the revolutionary movement. Revolutionaries should always enhance the functioning of the organization and the execution of the revolutionary program of action. Once a cadre becomes a center of any matter that does not take forward the execution of the revolution, that member ought to undertake a conscious self-assessment on whether he or she still assists the organization to implement its program. Members should avoid becoming the issue of debate, but assist the movement to go forward. In this regard, all members of the ANC are expected to do everything to strengthen our movement and avoid any action that can weaken the organization or derail the struggle. Informed by this conviction, and having undertaken due consultation, I've taken a position to resign the position of the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal province. I've taken this decision consciously and expeditiously so that there is no doubt about the strategic direction that the movement and the government should be taking going forward. I do believe that in the period we have been entrusted to serve the people of our province by the ANC, we have honored our responsibilities. We did our utmost best to advance the goals of the National Democratic Revolution and did our part to accelerate the goal of radical socio-economic transformation. I therefore wish to thank all the people and sectors that have supported the work of this government in the 6th administration. I'm grateful for the support we have received from our dearly departed King, His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini Kapiguzulu. I am thankful to the reigning King, King Misuzulu Kazwelithini, for the courageous support he has given us since his ascendancy to the throne. I thank without reservation all colleagues who are part of the Executive Council for the manner in which we have worked together as a collective, sharing ideas in a comradely spirit and support to each other. With all due humility, I'm appreciative of the guidance and support provided to me as a Premier, and I'm conscious of the fact that all the achievement we scored during the period we have been given to serve were largely due to the collective effort we all invested together in the development of our province. I thank the legislature, in particular the Speaker, Honorable Nontembeko Boys, my comrades, and revolutionary activists in the ANC. I wish also to thank the ANC as a movement for having trust in me and deployed me to serve on its behalf as a leader of the government of KwaZulu-Natal. Now I take this opportunity to thank leaders of opposition parties in the legislature. I thank the pleasant engagement we shared with the leader of the official opposition, Honorable Hlabisa. I wish to thank all religious leaders from all faith-based organizations. I'm sincerely grateful to the KwaZulu-Natal Christian Council, Hlangana Zion, all leaders from the Shembe Church, and all other leaders of different faith-based organizations. We have enjoyed pleasant support from the business community, especially the co-chair of the KZN Growth Coalition, Mr. Moses Tembe, but we have equally enjoyed support from KZN Economic Council, and all chambers of commerce and industry in the province. I wish to thank the labor unions from various federations, their affiliates in the public sector, and those operating at a shop floor level in various private sector companies. As always, reserving the best for the last, I wish to particularly express my great appreciation to my family, my wife, my kids, and the entire family for the support they've given me. I also wish to thank most sincerely all people of the province for the support offered to us during this period. We have always understood that we are nothing but just servants of the people. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to all public servants of our province who continues to do work under difficult and challenging conditions. At the beginning of the term of office, we develop strategic objectives and immediately concretize those strategic objectives into key milestones as part of strategic and annual plans of departments. These objectives include economic transformation and creation of jobs, education, skills and health, reliable and quality basic services, especially water, spatial integration, human settlement and efficient local government, social cohesion and safe communities, a capable, ethical and a developmental state, and lastly, a better Africa and a better world. Notwithstanding our commitment to ensure delivery on these strategic objectives, the current executive had to grapple with the catastrophic incidents that befell our country and the province in particular. From the first year of this term, just as we were beginning to implement our program of action, we had to deal with the deadliest effect of the COVID-19 virus, which erupted and engulfed the world, resulting in successive lockdown, loss of lives, destruction of the economy, and deepening unemployment. We were secondly affected by the painful arrest of former President Jacob Zuma, which left the people divided and wounded, as we all felt that President Jacob Zuma was not given a fair treatment by judiciary. We had to contend with the eruption of the July 2021 social unrest, which left untold economic damage, causing the loss of more than 350 lives, in particular in the Phoenix massacre, but as well as other areas such as Chatsworth and Northdale in Pietermaritzburg. While we were trying to recover from these major incidents, we suffered yet another blow from the April and May floods, which cost at least 461 lives, destroyed infrastructure, and caused further setbacks on the economic front. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, all of these incidents were hard-hitting to us as leadership that carried a responsibility to respond and provide support to the affected people and communities. These moments required courageous and decisive leadership to face the raging storms. The severity of such incident was too unbearable, but we soldiered on, knowing that ours is the cause to serve the people. At the beginning of the sixth administration, we prioritized the task of building a capable, ethical and effective state. The first step in pursuit of this objective was to call on all government workers to embrace the principles of Batupile as a guiding framework on discipline and conduct expected of them and how to treat ordinary people whom we serve. Subsequent to that, we launched Operation Siyahlola to monitor the standard of the services that are given to the people. In building a capable state, we conducted a skills audit among the public servants to ensure that appropriate skills are deployed where required. We embark on skills development in partnership with the National School of Governance and build strategic relationship with all tertiary institutions in the province. When we started this term after the general elections of 2019, the province had recorded about 12.4 billion of irregular expenditure in the year 2018-2019. It is important that we highlight that irregular expenditure does not automatically mean corruption or wasteful expenditure, but rather means failure to account and possible mismanagement. In a period of 3 years, we managed to reduce this irregular expenditure of 12.4 billion to at least 6.8 billion. And further plans are in place to totally stop irregular expenditure. When we started this term, only 2 departments had attained clean audit. Today, as we depart the office of the Premier, we are grateful that the office of the Premier itself has for the first time received a clean audit in history. In addition, 6 other departments received clean audits, meaning in this year, while we entered at the beginning of the term of office, inherited only 2 departments who had clean audit, were departing the government today with 7 departments having received clean audit. We have equally improved overall financial performance of departments. This is a record number that has never been achieved before in the history of KwaZulu-Natal. Notwithstanding the bureaucracy that exists within the state, we have laid a firm foundation to fight and eliminate corruption. We acted swiftly against reports of corruption even at the Premier's office, hence a number of suspended officials and ongoing criminal cases. We took decisive actions on allegations of corruption on the procurement of PPEs during COVID-19, and we were among the first to publish companies that benefited on COVID-19 interventions. One of the strategic tasks we set for ourselves was to ensure economic growth, distribution, and creation of jobs. In this regard, we can report that we managed to stop the exodus of disinvestment and encourage expansion of existing companies. The growth in the Dube Trade Port and the Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone are some of the evidence. I depart this office proud of the work we have achieved in supporting small businesses. We have rolled out the radical socio-economic transformation interventions such as Operation Vula and Black Industrialist Program. Through these interventions, many small enterprises continue to benefit from government financial and non-financial support. We've intensified the support to ensure that Blacks and Africans in particular are integrated in manufacturing sector which is an anchor of economic growth and sustainable business trajectory. For the first time in the history of the province, we established the KZN Youth Business Fund dedicated to support young entrepreneurs. This funding has assisted many young people across the province, and some are now penetrating the formal market. The decisive launch of the KZN Youth Business Fund ignited hope and was replicated by other provinces in the country. During this period, we have successfully positioned KwaZulu-Natal on a journey to become a real gateway to Africa. We have positioned the province as an integral part of Africa and managed to form strategic partnership with key institutions such as the Secretariat of the Intra-Africa Trade Zone, the African Export and Import Bank, the African Development Bank. We hope, building on these relations, our province will enhance economic growth and sustainability. We are grateful that we have achieved almost a universal access to basic education in the province, and great work has been done to make schools better centers for children to learn and educators to teach. Schools such as Anton Lembede Maths and Science Academy, Mandla Mthethwa Academy in Umkhanyakude, the Pholela Schools of Excellence in Herigwala, are standing and living testimonies of a better and quality education that the African National Congress is intending to deliver to all learners, irrespective of their location. We have successfully stabilized the leadership of the organs tasked to fight crime, but a lot still needs to be done to ensure effective policing, and this requires urgent attention on resourcing the police, root out rotten elements who work with criminals from within the police service. And we must also continue to improve community participation in policing. Our commitment to provide basic services remained high priority. This included the provision of water, electricity, adequate healthcare, roads and houses. Most of these, especially water and roads, will still need more attention, and we hope the incoming leadership will continue with plans and programs aimed at ensuring provision of these services to all people of KwaZulu-Natal. While many would always criticize the ANC and its government, the truth on the performance remains expressed through the houses that have been delivered, access to social services, and access to education. The delivery in these areas attests to the fact that no organization has a capacity or a political will to change the lives of the people of South Africa, except the African National Congress, the ANC. I present this statement not as a holistic account on the work done, for the fact that the sixth administration is still continuing. Leadership is like a relay where one runs his mileage and hand over to the next till the race is complete. We've arrived at that time to hand over to the next leadership to steer forward the struggle for the construction of a national democratic society, a society where there will be no racial, no gender discrimination, a society where we would have eliminated poverty and achieved economic integration. At a political level, there are those who have accused us of betraying former President Jacob Zuma. I wish to make it clear that I have supported former President Zuma right from the beginning, from the 14th of June 2005 until today. I've supported him as a leader and someone who has sacrificed his life for South Africa to be liberated. My support has never been personal, but organizational. At no stage have I ever tried to get a position through being associated with him. Equally, I've never badmouthed others because they didn't support him. This disputative narrative further accused myself in particular by suggesting that I've aligned myself with President Ramaphosa. And it should be noted that it is the tradition of the ANC that dictates that members must always accept and work with the elected leadership, whether they have supported the election of that leadership or not. This is a principle of the movement. The ANC's principles of organizational democracy and discipline further underline that leaders must lead all members with the same and equal treatment. This is key to ensure unity and cohesion of the ANC. For that, I'm elated that we all appreciate that the ANC is much united than it was between 2015 and 2017. The journey we have traversed from the 2018 Provincial Conference of the ANC to the ANC's 9th Provincial Conference was not easy, but it managed to reintegrate all members of the ANC into the organization. I have no doubt that there is a solid foundation upon which the elected leadership will continue to build on and cement unity of the ANC and that of the society. Once again, I reiterate that I've taken the decision to resign, not because I'm pushed by the new leadership, but simply because of the narrative peddled against myself. It has been my revolutionary teaching that a revolutionary duty is served not by allowing personal desires, but by serving the organization and the masses it leads. I'm happy that I depart the government with no cloud of any allegation. And I hope as cadres we will preserve clean government which focuses on the emancipation of the people. As I alluded earlier, cadres of the revolutionary movement should consciously avoid becoming a center of a problem or anything that hinders the progress of the revolution. I bid you all a fond farewell, especially to you members of the media, as well as whom we have been with through the many life-threatening challenges that I've mentioned before. Because we know each other, we are friends, colleagues, comrades in arms, it is possible that we will meet again in the struggle to better the living conditions of the people of our province, our country, and the world. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Premier. May I depart from tradition and quickly request the Premier to give us a summary with your indulgence.
Ngifisa ukuthatha lithuba ngibingelele kubo bonke abala kusukela kubasebenzi bonke bakahulumeni ofisini lika Premier kuya kunina nonke enikhona emkhakheni wabezindaba abasilandelayo kuma platforms ahlukahlukene. Kulezi insukwana ezidlule ulandela ukuhlala kwe-provincial conference ye-ANC, ngibe nama-consultations amaningana ne-leadership ye-ANC mayelana nokuthi sikwazi ukwakha indlela enokuxhumana ukusebenza phakathi kahulumeni ne-ANC. Kuwumgomo engiwubeka phambili njengomunye be-ANC wokuthi i-ANC iyisenta ekudinga njalo inikeze umhlahlandlela ekutheni izwe nombutho kuya ngaphi. Njengelunga le-ANC namalunga nje e-ANC ewonkana, silindelekile futhi sijoyini i-organization ngokuzikhethela. Ekujoyineni i-ANC sisuke singabeke zona inhloso zethu phambili, kodwa sisuke sibeke ukuthi sisemzabalazweni wokwenza ngcono impilo zabantu bakithi. Ngalokho sinikezela amakhono ethu nolwazi lwethu lonke umbutho wesizwe i-ANC. Njengabantu abazabalazela inkululeko, kumele siqonde futhi sikubeke phambili ukuthi kumele thina njengamalunga ombutho wesizwe singalokuthi sibe isenta yeyinqushunqushu. La kuneyinqushunqushu khona, thina malunga e-ANC kumele silekelele ngokuthi senze futhi sinikezele ixazululo. Akulekelela umbutho wesizwe ukuthi ilunga likakhongolose lixoxwe kugcine xoxwa ngalo njalo engathi lona elumzabalazo, then ukuthi xoxwe ngumzabalazo ukuthi uya kanjani phambili. Ingalokho amalungu e-ANC wonke elindeleke ukuthi eyikhathini neyikhathi abhekana nazo angabi isubject yokuthi xoxwa ngawo, kodwa kubhekwe kakhulu ukuthi umbutho usebenza ngendlela futhi uyakwazi ukuyisa abantu phambili. Yingakho-ke ngithathe isinqumo sokuthi ngihoxe ekubeni nguNdunankulu weprovince yaKwaZulu-Natal. Ngikwenza lokhu ngokuyikhethela, but futhi ngikwenza lokhu uqinisekisa ukuthi akukho ungabaza ngokuthi i-ANC ibhekephi nohulumeni waKwaZulu-Natal ubhekephi. Ngiyakholwa ukuthi esikhathini abantu bakwaZulu-Natal abasinike sona sokuthi sihole u-ANC, nasesikhathini sokuthi sihole uhulumeni, senze likhulu ukuyisa phambili inhloso zomzabalazo wokwenza ngcono impilo zabantu, sikwazi ukusheshisa uguquko especially ngakwezomnotho. Ngalokho ngifisa ukubonga kubo bonke abantu bakwaZulu-Natal nakuwa wonke ama-sectors, inhlaka zonke eyikhona emphakathini wakwaZulu-Natal ngokusixhasa nokusiseka njengohulumeni we-6 administration. Ngifisa ukubonga kakhulu umdlokombane, isilo samabandla, isilo esakhothama, isilo uGoodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu. Ngibonge kakhulu futhi kwisilo esikhona, isilo uMisuzulu kaZwelithini, ngokusinikezela isupport nokusixhasa throughout umsebenzi besiwenza. Ngifisa futhi ukubonga kubo bonke laba abangamalunga e-Executive Council ebesebenzisana nabo. Ngokukhulu ukuzithoba ngiyakwamukela ukuthi konke sikwenzile okuhle okuyimpumelelo kube ngenxa yokubambisana nangenxa yokusebenzisana njengamaqabane abethunywe umbutho wesizwe i-ANC. Ngibonga kakhulu kusomlomo weprovince yakithi, umhlonishwa uNontembeko Boys. Ngibonge kakhulu futhi kumaqabane onke esinawo emzabalazweni, isikakhulukazi labo esinabo kwisishayamthetho. Mangibonge einhlanganweni eyiphikisayo, ngibonge kakhulu kumholi wabo umhlonishwa uhlabisa ngokuthi noma besiba nembono engafani kodwa besihlale sinembono ehlukene sihloniphana. Ifisa ukubonga kubo bonke abaholi bezenkolo kusukela kwiKwaZulu-Natal Christian Council, abeZiyoni, kuhlangana Ziyoni, abaholi benkolo especially abaholi bakwaShembe nabaholi bazo zonke inkonzo nenhlangano zamakholwa ekhona. Ngibonga kakhulu kosomabhizinisi esibambisane kahle nabo, especially ebesibambisene naye njengosihlalo co-chair we-KZN Growth Coalition ubaba uMoses Tembe. Ngibonge kwi-KZN Economic Council ngokunjalo nazo zonke inhlangano zosomabhizinisi, all chambers of commerce and industries. Ngiyafisa ukuthi ekugcineni kokubonga ngibonge kakhulu umndeni wami, isikakhulukazi unkosikazi wami, abantwana nomndeni wonke ngokusixhasa ngokungiseka kulesi sikhathi. Uma siqala iterm yalo hulumeni wakwaZulu-Natal emva kokhetho luka-2019 sakwazi ukuthi sakhe umqulu oveza ukuthi yini esibekela yona kule minyaka emihlanu ye-6 administration. Sabeka phambili ukukhuliswa komnotho nokwakha amathuba emisebenzi, ukuthuthukisa ezemfundo namakhono nokuthuthukisa ezempilo, ukuletha izidingo ebantwini isikakhulukazi amanzi, uqinisekisa inhlalakahle nokwakhiwa kwezindlu nokuthi omasipala abasebenza ngendlela. Safocus ekutheni siqinisekisa ukuthi kuba nobuntu, kube khona ukuthula. Sayibekela ukuthi siyokwakha uhulumeni osebenza ngendlela futhi ophatha ngendlela imali zabantu, uhulumeni ophendula ngokusheshsha. Sathi soba ingxenye yokwakha iAfrika nomhlaba wonke ongcono la abantu bephila kahle ngokuthula nenkululeko. Sihulumeni sithe uma siqala lezi inhlelo ngeshwa sabhekana nezinkinga eziningana ebengasuki kithi kodwa inkinga ebezivela. Eyokuqala kudingeke ukuthi sibhekane ngqo nokuthi senze njani ukuthi isifo se-COVID-19 sinqandeke. Uma lesifo sigasela sibone izinto ebesingakaze siyibone. Kwaba khona ukuvalwa kwezwe, kwaba khona ukuthi kuvalwe kungasetshenzwa, kwaba nabaningi abalahlekelwa izimpilo zabo, umnotho wakhahlamezeka, ukuswelakala kwamathuba emisebenzi kwakhula. Okwesibili, sithe singakaphumi nakuphuma kwi-COVID-19 sayithola sesisenkingeni ngokuthi kuboshwe owawumongameli uformer President Jacob Zuma. Lokho kwashiya isilonda esibuhlungu kuthina nabantu abaningi bakwaZulu-Natal ngoba sasibona ukuthi indlela treatwa ngayo especially yinkantolo ayinabo ubulungiswa. Ngaphe kwalokho sabhekana ne-unrest idubedube ezibe ngoJuly nyakenye eyidlule nemphefumulo yabantu abaningi engaphezulu ka-350, especially kwimasakha yase-Phoenix, eChatsworth naseNorthdale. Umnotho wakhahlamezeka futhi, but ngaphe kwalokho singaka-recovery siyithole futhi sikhahlanyezwa yikhukhula zango-April nango-May kulo nyaka eyidlule nempilo yabantu kumbe nemphefumulo yabantu abangu-461. Zonke lezi zinto bezishaya izwele kuthina esingabaholi okudingeka sinikezele ixazululo mase futhi sikwazi ukulekelela labo abakhahlamezekile. Kukhona konke lokhu senze okusemandleni ukuphendula sinikezele usizo ngebe singekwazi ukwenza. Isimo besibhekene naso sibenzima kakhulu, kodwa siye saqhubeka ngokuyinikela ngoba siqonda ukuthi okwethu ukusebenzela abantu nesizwe. Ekuqaleni kwalohulumeni sayibekela inhloso ngqange ezimbalo. Enye yalezo kwakuhulumeni osebenza ngokusheshsha ulwisane nenkohlakalo. Okokuqala nje sakwenza ukuthi siqhuquzela abasebenzi ukuthi bazinikele ekutheni basebenze belandela imigomo yebathupile esho ukuthi bayiphatha ngendlela ekahle, bakwazi ukunikezela idingo kubantu ngendlela eyiyo. Ngaphekwa lokho saqhubeka salontsha ioperations yahlola okuwuhlelo la sambela khona indawo sihlola ukuthi kusetshenzwa ngendlela, abantu banikwa usizo ngesikhathi nangenhlonipho abayidingayo. Siqinisekise ukuthi abasebenzi bakahulumeni bayatrainwa ngokubambisana ne-National School of Governance. Sakha futhi ubudlelwane nama-tertiary institutions, izikhungo zemfundo ephakeme kuyo yonke iKwaZulu-Natal. For okokuqala siconducte i-skills audit ebingakapheli nengikholwa ukuthi izoqhubeka. Uqinisekisa ukuthi amakhono abasebenzi bakahulumeni abanawo aseyindaweni la kufanele abe kuzo ze bakwazi ukwenza umsebenzi wesizwe, umsebenzi kahulumeni ngendlela. Njengengxenye yohlelo lwethu, uma sithatha kuhulumeni ngo-2019, isifundazwe sakwaZulu-Natal sasine irregular expenditure engu-12.4 billion. Namuhla eminyakeni ewu-3 sikwazile ukuyireducer ibe ngaphansi kuka-6.8 billion. Uma singena kuhulumeni yayimbili kuphela iminyango ene-clean audit. Namuhla uma sishiya kuhulumeni sishiya iminyango isikhombisa ethole i-clean audit. Nehhovisi lakandunankulu okokuqala emlandweni wentando yeningi layithola le-clean audit. Inamba ka-7 yama-department athole i-clean audit ingeyokuqala nga kwi-history yale province yaKwaZulu-Natal. Sidilile nenkohlakalo nakuba besibanjwa ezinye izinto zangaphakathi kuhulumeni, kodwa sikwazile ukudila nenkohlakalo even ngaphakathi kwi-office lakwandunankulu. Yingakho kunabantu abasuspended kumanje, but ingakho futhi kunamacala aseyinkantolo nabantu abahamba lawo macala eyinkantolo. Uma kuvela imbiko yenkohlakalo ngeindaba zama-PPEs ngesikhathi se-COVID-19, sasukuma sa-acta ngokushesha, saqinisekisa ukuthi yonke into iba transparent nokuthi kuthathwe inyathelo ezifanele. Yikho nakhona khona abashajwa, but ngaphekwa lokho khona inkampani ezisezikhokhile imali kahulumeni ezazi izuze ngokungafanele ngaleso sikhathi. Saze sakhipha uhla ibhuku elinohla lazo zonke inkampani ezayihlomulile kuhulumeni ngaleso sikhathi. Omunye umsebenzi besubeka eqhulwini yiloyo wokukhulisa umnotho, sikwazi ukwakha amathuba emisebenzi. Sizamile ukwenza okusemandleni ukuthi inkampani ebezithi ziyavala nebeyifuna ukuhamba sikwazi ukubambisana nazo ukuthi mayihlale KwaZulu-Natal. Nenkampani ezinkulu sakwazi ukuyinxenxa ukuthi ayiqhubeke itshala umnotho KwaZulu-Natal. Uma ubheka imisebenzi eyenzeka eDube Trade Port nemisebenzi eyenzeka eRichards Bay Industrial Development Zone, iyanikezela ubufakazi bomsebenzi esiwenzile ukukhulisa umnotho. Nosomabhizinisi abancane asibayekelelanga. Sibenze ngokuzimisela uqinisekisa ukuthi nabo bayanakekelwa banikezwe isupport. Salontsha uhlelo lwe-Operation Vula olukwaze ukuxhasa osomabhizinisi abancane. Dakwazi futhi ukuthi luthi malibanika uxhaso ngokwemali, lukwazi futhi ukubanika uxhaso lokubaqeqesha. Siqinisekisile ukuthi abantu abahlomulayo abaveli nje endaweni eyodwa, kodwa baba KwaZulu-Natal yonkana. Sisebenze ngokuyimisela ukufaka osomabhizinisi abamnyama kwimboni yokukhiqiza ukuthi bakwazi ukwenza imanufacturing. Okokuqala ngqa KwaZulu-Natal sikwaze ukwakha uhlelo lokuxhasa intsha ukuthi ingene emabhizinisini. Saliqala ngo-50 million, namuhla luku-100 million. Lolu hlelo lulekelele intsha ukuthi ikwazi ukungena kwezamabhizinisi. Namuhla kunabantu abayintsha abakwazi ukusebenza ngendlela yokuthi sebeyangena kulokho esithi i-formal economy. Lolu hlelo lokuthuthukiswa kolusha esalithula la KwaZulu-Natal lwaletha ithemba, sabona namanye ama-provinces elandela ethula uhlelo olufanayo. Sikwazi ukuthatha iKwaZulu-Natal siyibeke endleleni yangempela yokuthi ibe umgudu wongena eAfrika. Sakha ubudlelwane nenhlangano ezinkulu zezohwebo nezimboni nomnotho eAfrika. Lezo nhlangano kufana neSecretariat ye-Intra-Africa Trade Zone, kubalwa i-Africa Export and Import Bank, kubalwa Development Bank. Siyathemba ukuthi ukuya phambili uhulumeni nabantu bakwaZulu-Natal bayokwakhela kulobo budlelwane ukuthuthukisa ezomnotho ukuze KwaZulu-Natal ihlomule emnothweni weAfrika. Ezemfundo sizibeke eqhulwini. Kunamuhla singasho ukuthi bonke abantwana abasezingeni lokufunda, especially kwi-basic education, bayakwazi ukuthola izikole bafunde. Izikole ezakhayo zihluke kakhulu. Uma ubheka izikole ezifana no-Anton Lembede Maths and Science Academy, izikole ezifana no-Mandla Mthetho Academy eMkhanyakude, izikole ezifana no-Pholela School of Excellence in Herigwala, ziwubufakazi bokuthi uhulumeni ka-ANC ne-ANC uqobo lwayo izimisele kangakanani ukuletha imfundo engcono kubantu bonke, ngaphandle kokubheka ukuthi abantu bahlala kuyiphi indawo, basendaweni zasemakhaya noma emalokishini. Sikwazile ukuletha uzinzo kubaphathi especially einhlakeni ezilwa nobugebengu. Kodwa mkhulu umsebenzi okusadinga sikwenze noma wenziwe ekuqhubezeleni phambili ukulwa nobugebengu. Kumele siqinisekise ukuthi ukuya phambili amaphoyisa ayanikezelwa izidingo ezifanele ukulwa nobugebengu. Okwesibili, ihlava namazambana abolile ngaphakathi emaphoyiseni kumele akhucululwe, akhishwe, ze kusale labo abafisa ukusebenza ngendlela, kungabibikho amaphoyisa asebenzisana nezigebengu. Imphakathi yakithi nayo kuyadinga ukuthi ibhukule ibe ingxenye yokulwisana nobugebengu ngokubambisana namaphoyisa. Ukulethwa kwezidingo nqangi ebantwini into ebesiyibeke phezulu kakhulu. Amanzi, ugesi, ezempilo, imigwaqo, izindlu. Ngiyakholwa ukuthi kuningi okusadinga kwenziwe enkingeni zamanzi ukuze abantu bonke bakwazi ukuthola amanzi nemigwaqo. Abaningi abantu bayafisa bahlalela ugxeka kakhulu bethi uhulumeni we-ANC awenzi lutho awubasizi ngalutho abantu. Kodwa uma ubheka izindlu lohulumeni ozakhile uyibheka ngisho emakhaya uyabona ubufakazi bokuthi lohulumeni unaso isifiso sokuthi bonke abantu babe nenhlala kahle baphile kangcono. Ilohulumeni ka-ANC kuphela okwaze ukuletha izibonelelo ebantwini base South Africa. Before 1994 whether umdala isibonelelo wawusithola kanye inyangeni ezimbili noma ezintathu. Namuhla izibonelelo engama social grant itholakala njalo futhi nyanga zonke futhi kuyalingana omhlophe umnyama. And therefore lokho kuyasitshela ukuthi uANC kuphela onohlelo futhi ozimisele ukwakha impilo engcono nenhlala kahle yabantu bakithi. Uma ke siphetha lona nje umbiko oyistatement esihighlight izinto ezimbalwa ezenzile nezinto ezimbalwa ezidinga ukuthi zenzeke ukuya phambili. Akuyona ireport esingathi iqukethe konke okufanele ngoba phela i6th administration iqale ngo2019 iyophela ngo2024. Siyakholwa ukuthi ebesifanele ukwenza sikwenzile. Ubuholi bufana nerelay umgijimo la ugijima khona umese ufika udlulisela komunye athathe agijime naye adlulisele komunye nomunye kuze kuyofikwa entambini. Sekufike leso sikhathi ke sokuthi nathi sidlulisele ubuholi kwabanye abazothatha lo mzabalazo ukwakha isizwe bewuyise phambili. Bawuyise kutheni isizwe sakithi kube isizwe esinobunye nobumbano esithuthukile la ngekho khona ukubandlululwa kwabantu ngokobuhlanga noma okobulili. Uma umuntu ezoreflecta kancane ezindabeni ezithinta umbutho wesizwe ukhona labo abasola ngokuthi siyekelele ubaba uformer president uJacob Zuma. Ngiyafisa nje ukuchaza ukuthi since umhla ka14 June 2005 ngelanga la kwakuthiwa khona uformer president engu-deputy president makehle ekubeni ngu-deputy president, kusukela ngalolo suku abanye bethu especially myself besilokhe sinaye uNxamalala simsupporta throughout. Simsupporta njengomholi futhi simsupporte njengomuntu oyinikele kakhulu emzabalazweni wezwe. Asimsupportanga ngoba yena engaphezulu kweANC kodwa simsupporte njengokuthi yena uyingxenye yeANC nomzabalazo. Asikho isikhathi la abanye bethu isikakhulukazi mina engeke ngafisa nje ukuthi ngingasebenzisa igama lakhe noma ukusondelana naye zengikhethwe noma zengithola iposition ethize. Uma support abaholi kumele sikufunde ukuthi sibasupporta ngoba bayingxenye yomzabalazo osiyisa phambili. Singasupport abaholi ngoba sifisa ukuziphumelelisa thina nezinhloso zethu. Abanye bathi sibonakala sisebenza kakhulu nomongameli umongameli wezwe nomongameli weANC upresident Ramaphosa. Ngiyafuna ukuchaza ngoba umgomo weANC esikhule kuwo nongakazi ushintshe uthi umholi ekhethwa wonke amalunga eANC amsupportile nangamsupportanga kumele amnike isupport. Laba bebengamsupport nabo bam-embrace njengomholi wabo. So I would imagine ukuthi ngenzeka kanjani ukuthi especially umuntu unankulu kube khona upresident ungasebenzi inhlobo naye. But I'm reflecting on that njengento engithi engenye yezinto ezikhanda imfundiso ze esizweni sakithi nesetshenziswa kakhulu ucreator iconfusion. Ngineqiniso elithi nanoma ubani oyongena boNdunankulu uyophoqeleka uyithola esebenzisana nohulumeni kazwelonke. Uyophoqeleka because of the nature yahulumeni wethu. But ngiyafuna ukuyigcizelela imfundiso ye-ANC yokuthi uma umuntu ekhethiwe loyo muntu usuke elindeleke ukuthi asebenze nabo bonke abantu ngokubahlonipha nangokufanayo, bebemsupporta noma bebengamsupport. Mangigcizelele futhi ukuthi ngiyakubonga ukuthi ngiyahamba kuhulumeni ngaphandle kwe-allegation yokuthi mhlambe ngitholakale ngenza ukuthi lapha ngenza ukuthi lapha, especially okufana nokukhwabanisa. Nginethemba elithi sonke siwu-ANC siyoqhubeka sigcina uhulumeni wakwaZulu-Natal njengohulumeni oclean, uhulumeni wabantu osebenzela ukuthuthukisa abantu, not ozosebenzela ukuthi sisithuthukise thina esingabaholi. Njengoba ngishilo ekuqaleni, sijoyina umzabalazo wenkululeko ukulwa neyinsalela zengcindezelo, senze ngcono impilo zabantu. Thina njengabantu kumele sigweme ukuthi uma sisemzabalazweni umzabalazo uphenduke ube yithi kuxoxwe ngathi kakhulu kunokuthi kuxoxwe ngokuthi umzabalazo uyakanjani phambili. Njengamalungu e-ANC kumele sihlale sazi ukuthi kumele siyilekelele i-ANC ingabi nezinkinga zethu ukuthi thina esingamalungu e-ANC yithini esiyinkinga, then ukuthi i-ANC iyiswe phambili umzabalazo wokwenza ngcono impilo zabantu. Ngoba siyazana futhi sisazo lokho esibonana, angisho ukuthi I'm not resigning legislature, ngizosala nje ngibe lilunga le-legislature. So sisazobonana kaningana kuwona lo mzabalazo wokwenza impilo zabantu. Ngabe ngenza iphutha kuma nganibongi nina beindaba ngoba besigijima nani ngekhathi ezinye ngezinhle, niqophe konke benifuna ukuqopha ngesikhathi, and siyafuna ukubonga ukuthi sisebenzisane kahle nangenhlonipho. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. I think because the Premier has indicated we are still going to be meeting, I think that's our agenda here for today. It was comprehensive enough. We will be able to circulate the statement. The follow-up interviews, I think, will still be facilitated. And by the way, tomorrow is the Premier's birthday, and we are all invited to sing for the Premier. Happy birthday, Premier. Happy birthday, Premier. Happy birthday, dear Premier. Happy birthday, Premier. Hip, hip. We adjourn for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Siyabonga.